Hi friends, in 2021 I released Woke the Movie, which takes viewers on a deep dive into many well-known and some lesser-known internet conspiracies. And while many subjects were touched on, I couldn't begin to get started without going pretty much to the beginning, to show you how our past was not what you think.
Imagine the entire span of recorded human history, about 5,000 years. Double it, 10,000 years, to the time when plants are domesticated and agriculture begins. Double it again, 20,000 years. Ice Age hunters are painting stunning images on cave walls.
And 99.9% of the most highly respected academics would tell you that this is how humans developed. The only problem, it's a goddamn lie. What if tens of thousands of years before what we've been told to be the dawn of our first civilization, there existed a culture so advanced that it reached across the entire globe? It mastered its environment, and even had a deep relationship with the natural world that might even surpass what we know today. If anything like that were true, there'd be evidence. However, what complicates things is an event in our distant past.
There's a sudden radical change in climate. The temperature drops massively. The global temperature just plunges to as cold as it was at the coldest point of the Ice Age. And this episode lasts for 1,200 years. And then equally mysteriously, global temperature rockets up. I mean, these changes in temperature are gigantic.
Author and researcher Graham Hancock is one of the most dedicated proponents of the lost global civilization theory. And in my opinion, he's a total badass. For the past 25 years, Graham has traveled the world, fearlessly standing up to pretty much the entire academic orthodoxy. And in May of 2017, Graham, along with his colleague, respected geological theorist Randall Carlson, appeared on the Joe Rogan Experience podcast. Randall cites the mass extinctions of every land mammal in North America bigger than a coyote as evidence of this violent cataclysm.
Most of the extinctions did occur between roughly 13,000 and 11,600 years ago. The cave bears, the short-faced bear, the giant beavers, the giant armadillos, the ground sloths that were the size of giraffes, 4 species of mammoths, extinct on 4 continents. And to me, like, wait a second.
So, exactly what kind of cataclysm are we talking about?
The comet impact theory is very controversial, but the evidence has been steadily mounting now for a decade.
Including physical evidence, right? Like the core samples that show nuclear glass.
Yes, most of it's dating to 12,800 to 13,000 years ago.
The nanodiamonds, iridium, and nuclear melt glass known as trinitite found in these layers can only be formed on Earth by events such as nuclear explosions, lightning strikes, and extraterrestrial impact events. Other theories argue that it was the result of unusual solar activity. Either way, what the Earth went through was sudden and incredibly destructive. If an advanced global culture existed 13,000 plus years ago, it wouldn't be hard to see how such an event would remove almost all trace of them.
For the moment, archaeologists are not interested in and apparently completely unaware of the fact that an extinction-level cataclysm took place on this planet between 12,800 and 11,600 years ago, right in the foundations of the edifice of history that they have built. And that surely has to shake everything up. The possibility that the myths of a former golden age, which was destroyed in a global cataclysm involving flood and fire, now must be taken extremely seriously.
And even though it's assumed that our development has been mapped out in detail, discoveries that contradict everything are everywhere, such as the absolutely massive Gobekli Tepe in southeast Turkey.
We have a body of archaeology that megalithic sites date to no older than 5,500 to 6,000 years old. There are no older sites than that. Then along comes Gobekli Tepe, 7,000 years older than Stonehenge. If we take what's still under the ground into account, we're looking at the largest megalithic site that's ever been created on Earth.
Not to mention that at the time it was constructed, humans had yet to develop agriculture, the domestication of animals, pottery, or even the wheel.
I must say, Gobekli Tepe strikes me as a gigantic fucking mystery. It confronts us. It challenges the mainstream model. I think it's reasonable to consider the possibility that there was something more than just hunter-gatherers involved here in creating this extraordinary place.
But it isn't just Gobekli Tepe. There are many other mysterious structures that totally contradict the story that we've been given about our past. But maybe the most single interesting thing about many ancient sites from around the world is not when they were built, but where. If you plot the ancient sites on a world map, you'll notice something very peculiar. The line that connects the Nazca lines in Peru to the pyramids in Giza is part of a 25,000 mile long, 60 mile wide path that connects several major ancient sites worldwide. Starting in Nazca, Peru, the line continues straight down Peru's Sacred Valley and right over Ollantaytambo and just next to Machu Picchu, before going right through the ancient capital city of Cusco. From there it passes over Sacsayhuaman and the Pretori Pyramids. If you follow the line across the Atlantic, it goes right through the pyramids of Giza, Petra in Jordan, Ur in Mesopotamia, Mohenjo-daro in Pakistan. In India it crosses over Mohenjo-daro, then Angkor Wat in Cambodia. Crossing over the Pacific, it passes by this strange tower at the bottom of the ocean according to Google Earth, which I'm sure is just a glitch, before ending right at Easter Island. The meaning of this alignment is still up for speculation, but I'm guessing it's more than a coincidence. But as such mounting evidence continues to be ignored, is it unreasonable to consider the possibility that this information is being kept from us intentionally?
I understood that there were academics with entrenched positions on this subject. I didn't realize how violent it could become and how concerted and organized it could be. I didn't realize that actually the past is an ideological subject in our society, that it is a subject that is therefore tightly controlled as to what we are to know and not know about the past.
And I have a feeling that there's also another big reason why the man doesn't want us to know of a past great civilization. You see, knowing the truth about our past kinda lets us know our place in the world. And if we ever find out the real truth, we might not like it very much. What if much of the amazing megalithic works of the last ice age were built by people that weren't quite human? However, to find out more, you'll have to subscribe to more videos. Or you can check out Woke the Movie in its entirety. Thanks for watching.